all that stuff happened to me after Huh Guy, but that's like normal. So that's why I say my life didn't change. It's just like, oh, this again. I'm on the throne again, and
so
they're doing a play in my honor.
My life hasn't changed. I still live on a farm. I'm still farming, except now, I go to conferences. I went to UPix. I met Bia. She brought me out there. It was awesome. I went to VidCon last year. I'm here. I've done a bunch of commercials. I went to New Zealand and did a commercial there. So yeah, it's got me out of the house, but I'm still farming. Right? And I do a lot of interviews. I've done over 300 all over the world, and they're still coming all the time. Oh, well, here's a trippy thing.
This next thing is the trippy thing.
I fly in last night, and I walk outside the hotel, and there's a newspaper sitting on the bench there, and I pick it up, and I'm on the front cover. Right? It's like, really? I'm this guy, a farmer who lives on the side of this mountain by himself, and I can fly into a town, and I'm on the front cover of the newspaper. Whoa, what does that mean?
Sorry, I just get flabbergasted. So, actually, Bear, you brought up something really interesting. I feel like there's a lot of talk, especially at ROFLcon and conferences, about internet culture, about the sort of mainstream media treatment of internet culture, and that there's this idea that they have no idea what they're talking about, and they don't know how to treat it, and they don't know what to call things, they don't know how to pronounce stuff, they don't know all the things that you say about people who don't understand your culture. And I feel like you guys all have sort of some experience in that, at least a little, and I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about how that has played out, what your experience with mainstream media culture trying to sort of, I don't want to say jump on the meme bandwagon because this is not ROFLcon 2, but you know what I'm saying.
I got a lot to say about that. So Jimmy Kimmel gave me Video of the Year. Time Magazine gave me Video of the Year. RootTube in England gave me Video of the Year. They came out and filmed a piece with me. Nightline called my video poorly shot but widely watched and enthusiastically delivered.
So they really get it.
Yeah, right. So for the most part, they've been kind. Nightline was like, oh, I thought it was a compliment. Yeah, I can shoot a video crappy and still people want to watch it. So that's got to say something. So, but I think mainstream media, there was endless amount of TV spots, and Anderson Cooper said that he really liked it. So I mean, they've been kind to me, but probably because I'm not in it. Yeah. So when I went on Jimmy Kimmel, he asked everyone to picture what I looked at like, and he said, get a picture in your head. Ready, you got it? No. That's not it. And then he showed a picture of me, and everyone laughed. With good reason.
Oh, it's my turn?
There's no play order.
What was the question again?
What your experience has been about mainstream media's treatment of either you or internet culture, the thing that you made?
Well, there hasn't really, there's been quite a bit of mainstream stuff with the ANCAT, but it's all been stuff on the news. Jimmy Kimmel also showed it on his show as well. But there hasn't really been anything extraordinary, like Double Rainbow Guys just said.
Did you go out and do Jimmy?
No. He put it on the show. He actually aired it. It was pretty awesome. Right. But it was awesome. Actually, also Conan O'Brien, he also had a parody of it as well. It was Con Yan Cat, and it was his head with a Pop-Tart body, and that's just so surreal. You never really expect that. Whenever I made Nyan Cat, it was just supposed to be a Twitter avatar. I use Twitter all the time. Don't follow me because you'll hate me there. But but I never expected anything from that. But now it was also voted on Time Magazine's top video of the year as well. The January issue has a big article on it, and it's just so mind blowing. Just knowing that mainstream media is interested in me and what I do.
And does it seem like they kind of get it, or know that it's popular and so are forcing themselves to get it?
So far, the people that have actually like published anything with my stuff, they do get it. But I have seen several instances where like several memes are portrayed in a certain way that they don't get it. Like all the, like especially with like anonymous stuff, like they go way into it more than they should, basically. But that's pretty much it for me.
My main experience, I guess, has just been how wary people online were, that they were perhaps being duped, and that it was false. Yeah. Right. So immediately, so it was an AT&T commercial that Hungai is from, and so there's immediately suspicion that AT&T was orchestrating this, and also like in the end, I think it was the margin of upvotes versus downvotes was fairly narrow. It was like 55-45. So there were also a lot of people who were like, "Oh, fuck this." Should we not swear? Is it that type of thing?
No, you know.
Oh, okay. I thought, okay, because
No, you just did the perfect impression of every Redditor.
yeah, fuck this guy. So there's a fair amount of that immediately. I think you can generally tell though when something's fake, like trying to.
It has Chevy Sonic written on it.
Yeah, I think so. So that was my main experience with that. And then the ad agency, we had a phone call like probably 24 hours into this phenomenon, and they were like, how can we capitalize on this? And they released some outtakes. So that was it.
Yeah. But they were sort of plugged in enough that they saw that it was something that was growing and wanted to like ride the coattails a little, or ride the wave.
I think so. I think it took them like 20 hours to be aware of it. Maybe 24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then though, they definitely didn't understand why it was happening.
Right.
Just that it was popular. Actually, I think they just thought it was a funny. They're like, oh, they like it because it's a funny commercial. Like they thought that they had done their job well. Like, I think they, yeah. So in that sense, no, I don't think they get it. I think they just recognized that it was popular.
Right. Interesting.
My experience with Me Gusta in the media is 0.
All right. What is responsible for the widest distribution of Me Gusta? Do you know the answer to that question? Is it Reddit or?
Well, it started off on 4chan.
Yeah.
I just kind of threw it up, and like you mentioned, it's really thrilling to just see everyone else's interpretation of that hideous face. So it started on 4chan, and I think it just became more popular on Reddit with the F7U12 board. That's kind of where it's the most popular. And that's actually how I found out it became a meme, was because my friend called me up. He's like, hey, you should check out Reddit, which I was against. I didn't like Reddit. I was still a Dig user at this time. Ooh. It was a dark moment in my life. I agree with all of you. I switched eventually, don't worry. That's actually what made me switch, was finding something I put on there. Anyways.
So these people must.
So it was primarily Reddit and 4chan. I think a little bit of Tumblr mixed in there as well. That's about it, though.
Cool. Sweet. So I want to actually go back to something that Chris was talking about really briefly, which was the idea of communities using the things that are responsible for your fame. And I feel like one of the things about celebrity, like the difference between celebrity and fame, I'm also totally making this up right now, so this is totally opinion right now, is that celebrity, a personality is associated, whereas fame, it can be sort of, you can be famous for making the internet, but a lot of people might not know who Tim Berners-Lee or Vin Cerf is. And so I was wondering if you guys could talk a little bit about your fame as it's related to the communities that are using your things, and it seems like the overall the overall reaction is positive, that you guys really like that it's sort of taken off, but like it would be great to hear sort of how you maybe got to that point, and also I would be really interested to know what your guys's guys internet culture consumption was before this kind of stuff happened to you. So just to recap, response to community taking your thing, doing their own thing with it, your previous interaction with that community. Whoever wants to go first. I'm going to hand the microphone to Matt, but I feel like, okay, he's going to take it. Okay.
I'll totally take it. Well, primarily, it was pretty interesting at first because once Gusta had reached the peak of its popularity, a lot of people were making money off of it. Like, they made pins and T-shirts, and I was okay with that. I probably would have made a lot of money if I decided to bank on it.
Can you take us through a little bit as to why, like, what is your, why is that okay? Why is that okay with you?
No, the main reason why that's okay with me is because I'm not the reason that hideous face is famous. It's really everyone who's sharing it. So in a sense, it kind of belongs to the internet, not me. So I feel like making money off of something that was everyone else going, hey, let's make some crazy comics with this face, that's kind of just rude, really. I mean, it's the internet's reason why it's famous in the first place. So they can have it. It's not really mine anymore. It's pretty weird. Like I'll see Gusta on the internet. I'll look at it, and it actually does not register in my mind as something that I've created anymore. I kind of glaze over that. It doesn't really look like I look at it and go like, oh yeah, I remember drawing that. I hardly remember making it. It doesn't really process in my mind as something that I actually did. It's kind of weird. So when bringing back to like how I interact with those communities that made it so popular in the first place.
You were a 4chan user.
Yeah, I was a 4chan user, and then I discovered Reddit, and Reddit's my new 4chan now.
Did someone bring the sad trombone to play? Is that in the no? Okay.
But basically now, I just feel like one of the users now. I don't feel like I just step aside. I'm the creator. Just make room for me in these old communities. I'm just kind of sitting alongside and just going like, woo, funny comics.
Cool.
So say the question again. Short-term memory loss. Guess why?